Welcome back, disc golf fans. We have made it to moving day of the 2025 Cosmic Open here at Maple Hill, proudly presented by MVP Disc Sports, as well as Cosmic Disc Golf. Special shout out to all of our Patreon supporters, as always. I am Derek Scull and Chris German in the booth with me once again. Still recovering from the wet and wacky first day we had here.
Yeah, and luckily we had such a late tee time today that the rain was there in the morning and then passed. So we actually might see a little bit of sun, overcast days, but it's going to be pretty dry for us. Simon Lizotte, we have Jessie Longenecker, Chace, and then Landon Brooks finishing it out. +4 in fourth place, I believe. He's 14 or 15 years old, so we have young gun.
All right, let's jump in. The iconic, once again, hole 1, 853 feet, par 4. You want to clear the pond here in the middle, landing right about here if you can. Triple Mando with the basket tucked slightly to the right. OB wall all around it.
Again, we are live at the Cosmic Open at Maple Hill, presented by MVP. Thanks for everyone for coming out. This is our lead card. And first on the tee, from Grafton, Massachusetts, Simon Lizotte.
So Simon put up that 1078 rated round in those conditions with only one bogey coming in on hole 8 when he went OB. That really was a crazy round. It was with disc that he actually just started throwing this weekend because he did leave his bag in the West Coast. So maybe the weather and the new disc actually played to his favor.
It really is a testament to the fact that, like, taking your time, pacing your shots well, can really leave you an opportunity to separate yourself from the rest of the field.
So the only thing we're really going to deal with today is the wind.
From Lancaster, Pennsylvania, give it up for Jessie Longenecker.
You can see all the trees moving. I mean, there was gusts of 20 miles an hour. This first one being left to right headwind too.
For those of you that are familiar with the channel, you may recognize Jessie's from our collegiate coverage earlier this year.
Yeah, freshman at Eastern Mennonite. He took down the D1 singles championship. This is a good pool. Ooh. Let's hope he's not stuck behind those.
From East Greenwich, Rhode Island, give it up for Harry Chace.
Harry Chace getting some local support here. Love to see that.
Yeah, no stranger to winning on our coverage. He put up a pretty good round. The one over almost kept it at even, but down the end there in the dark, a couple strokes given up. But today's a new day and a beautiful one here at Maple Hill.
He's no stranger to throwing far either.
Very far, as this is a little too turned, but it looks like it's going to fade back. I would say birdie's probably out.
And last in our group, from Hartford, Maine, Landon Brooks.
The first time we filmed Landon was a couple years, 2023 Glitch World Championships.
The inaugural, actually.
Yeah.
Put down 11 down, I believe, on that round.
Yeah, team MVP.
Whoa.
Wow, look at that wind bounce.
So that pushes him a little too far to the left. He's going to be at a stock shot here, but still a lot of distance to cover.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see him throw not just glitch.
Yeah, that's right.
Kind of as expected. Harry's just in a tough spot. It looks like he was going for it, maybe try to get to the mouth, but that's going to be a tough spot as well. He might have to go tricky with a roller or something. Get into that Mando.
Simon left a little bit more distance left compared to his first round's approach.
And you can see right here, Jessie going OB. He did technically miss the Mando. There was a little bit of discussion. He did play a provisional. They discussed it after the round, and based on the rules and how it looked, he did, part of his disc did cross the string that is declared as the Mando. And, yeah, it came back in bounds. It hit the rock, came back in bounds. But the new PDGA rule, if any part of your disc
crosses that plane,
that's going to be an OB.
even if it comes to rest. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see that get revisited in the next season or two. Whoa. Sneaking it right above the cage.
No chains needed. Rewind on hole 1. That is good.
A little wobbly on the release.
Hey, I was going to say there's no pictures and you only see the scores, but here, I mean, filming it. Didn't look pretty, but it counted. I don't think that jumper went in, though. Yeah, and Jessie taking the bogey. Just tapping in his par. Yeah, and a couple more pars. Came in about 0.9 over par. Still a very, very tricky hole. So it's going to put us into the first par 3 of the course. Hole 2, 281 feet. We do have OB all along the rock wall on the right side. There's that new post there that kind of comes into play. But here it's really just don't go OB right. A lot of people kind of throw a nice stable disc, try to miss those trees on the left and just get through. But if you're Simon, you're going to throw a tasty shot and it sneaks right in.
Just outside bullseye, damn near.
Flips up really nice. Such a nice hyzer flip shot and sneaks right on in there.
Yeah, that's so close.
So Jessie's teeing second here because they took the par on the original. So it may look like he's playing out of order, but
which you may have seen him tap into as well on the previous hole. So just for reference.
And Harris gets nice through as well.
Yeah.
Circle's edge there for the guys. That flips up. Just needs to get lucky here.
Filters through beautifully.
And that's what I was talking about. You just miss those trees, kind of get over there. You play safe. You can still give it a good run. Wow, man, we're getting back-to-back rewinds in terms of holes. Good start to the round. This is cakewalk compared to what we were seeing yesterday.
Great job, Landon.
Yeah, he was on the board early.
Harry will not be big putted here on the second. Jessie within striking distance here as well.
So we already saw more birdies just now than we saw all of yesterday. The whole field saw yesterday when we saw 0 birdies.
I still can't believe that. I mean, I guess I can. Just not able to connect there. Walking away with the par. Barring anything weird, will be the solo par.
Yeah, this came in as the 3rd easiest hole. A little closer to par than we've been seeing because of the conditions. But still, we saw 3 of the 4 birdies from the field on this card. So lead card doing what they should, separating themselves from the rest of the field. Shout out Miles Sayer for the lone birdie, not from lead card.
All right, let's ring in hole 3, par 3, 407 feet uphill. Basically a flex shot as you work up this hillside into the green with a slight slope surrounding. Honestly, you can hammer something pretty hard and flat straight at it. That's a little left. Plays a little bit of plinko and doesn't get quite as lucky.
Could have been a lot worse, though. You got at least halfway down the fairway.
Harry following the line and connects early tree, dropping him into the middle of the fairway, so that could have been worse as well. All right, we're 3 for 3 in that cluster here.
Jessie showing the line. Great looking flex shot. That's going to skip right on up edge of circle. Harry still has a lot of work here. Bogey is most definitely coming into play now.
Oof. The one miss, too.
Great approach there from Simon. Same with Landon. Couple easy pars. Yeah, if you hit one of those first trees and you're down by that rock wall, this hole's still very, very tricky.
Oh no, Jessie. All right, it looks like it did sit right on the other side.
Airball though, he's gonna have a tester coming back.
And it wasn't nice to him either.
Well, that's a tough pill to swallow there, taking a 3-putt bogey. And we should see a couple cleanups. This came in a half a stroke over par. And we only had one birdie on the day. Jake Lapierre, shout out.
Our Birdie Pro Championships check-in. Casey White is losing focus.
This can't happen to me. I'm the king of Massachusetts.
It's a test of strategy, timing, and karma. Do you have what it takes? Order your game today.
From tee to basket, we've got the gear to elevate your game. Whether you're chasing birdies or breaking records, we're stocked to keep you one step ahead. Where precision meets flow, get slippery.
All right, moving into hole 4. 246 feet downhill. Probably the hardest gap to hit, though, on the course. So don't let the distance fool you. A lot of different ways, like Derek mentioned in the first round. Backhand, forehand, overhand, jump putt. That was looking really good, and Simon catches the last tree.
Not only is the gap hard to hit, but if you put too much stank on it, you run the risk of going just straight OB past the basket. That drop in elevation can really let your disc fly.
That was a good shot from Harry. He's in a good spot where he doesn't have to worry about the elevation at all and has a nice flat putt. As this is pretty common. People kind of fade out down to the left there.
Yeah, slightly obstructed, but a pretty decent distance. Just getting caught up early. Has a clear line from there, though. Going the jumper. Filters very nicely.
Should be a par save there.
Oh, tagging metal from around the tree.
That was a very tricky putt.
Mm-hmm.
Harry looking to get back to even for the tournament.
Solid pace.
All right.
Ooh. Testing the integrity of that basket.
Jessie should be able to clean up his par. He's definitely trying to get some birdies here on the front nine. He has a couple more holes to grab a few. So there's some tricky holes on the back nine.
All right, hole 5, another classic par 3 over the water here on the left side. 262 feet. You do have a right line as well. Round 1, we saw 3 go to the left, and Simon going right, just like he is now.
Yeah, and he found the birdie in round 1 off of this shot, which
Hits a stump or root. Pretty terrible ground reaction there. Harry's got a good angle on that.
Yeah, safe. And he caught that root. Otherwise, that would have probably flare skipped another 50 feet.
Our round 1 had a 50% success rate for the drives on this hole for our card in terms of staying in bounds.
Yeah. 2 for 2 on the ways, and that's going to be too far wide.
Looked like the wind kind of just really smacked it down. I had mentioned on round 1, this is definitely something, unfortunately finds OB again, that you really want to commit and bail out on that right side because you don't want to run the risk of what Jessie just did.
Yeah, and double OB, that is going to sting. That's just going to make this round even worse. He's really going to have to pick this game up.
That was a smart play from Landon. It looked like there was kind of a headwind from his direction. Simon didn't really have a lot of space for a full run. Harry makes connection right there at the edge of circle. Getting a little more green there. Now he's under.
Yeah, a little bit of breathing room here.
That does sting. It's time to just leave it here and move on.
Yeah, this is the type of round and course where there's going to be other bogeys taken. And they don't have to be from you.
That's right, yeah.
Moving into hole 6, another par 3. This one very, very difficult. 385 feet. OB all along the right side. Left side's not much better with the water. They also have the raised basket on this.
So Harry hits a similar line to what he did round 1, however, stays in bounds and actually in the middle of the fairway.
That kind of kicks a little left. That is not good for Simon. Looked like it kicked a little left. This needs to get down.
It looks like it got slowed up by those trees there at the end. So that should be safe. Jessie hugging the right side, anticipating the fade up into the line there for the pin. Looks like maybe a left to right wind kind of whipping at that point too.
Yeah, this is looking like a bogey for Simon. There's not much he can really do there. And even that is kind of a tricky little touchy backhand. But Harry just
far better than round 1 for Harry. Nice smooth shot. Perfect angle. Didn't expose too much of the top of the flight plate from the wind.
Yeah, very pretty. Oh, no. Stop. I mean, he's lined up at the basket.
And testing the OB line, I mean, that's... Oh, man.
To be honest, that looked like that was testing the OB line a little.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
Honestly, that was only like a foot or two away from being jailed off.
Yeah. Simon looking at a double. Hey, and Jessie stopping the bleeding after that triple bogey.
A little bit of a roller coaster for him, though.
Yeah, he hasn't gone up yet, though. It's only been drops.
Plateau, incremental drops.
Yeah, and like I mentioned, very tough hole. This came in as the 3rd hardest hole, 1.01 over par.
right, we jump into hole 7. Tight off the tee, moving slightly left to right, back upward again where the green is guarded by these trees here.
On a slope as well.
Yeah, with a ridge kind of in the middle. That's kind of the tree to miss for a righty backhand as well. Honestly, just something with like a steep hyzer flip, something flippy so that it'll drift over and turn to the right.
Yeah, I like the forehand play here too if you got it.
Yeah, it can kind of allow you to be a little more cheeky to get further.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the tree to beat on the right side.
Simon got pin high.
Whoa. What?
What a disc, man. Is that the catalyst? I think.
I couldn't tell the one. I think it's like a Dayglow green. But I couldn't tell.
Good shot there from Harry, putting him in the circle. Still had a lot of meat on the bone.
Nice
Landon's
floaty shot.
drifts. Yeah, Landon throws a lot of putters. They say he throws his putters just as far as his drivers, so.
Megan, you test your skills.
Yeah, old man still got it.
A little low left for Jessie.
Yeah,
Solid connection for Landon.
good par save. Simon, the only birdie look. Just inside the circle, maybe? He's like right on the edge.
Whoa.
Air ball.
He nipped it a little, but yeah, that's a little uncharacteristic for Simon. Not really much wind to be seen here either.
No. Yeah, definitely a missed putt there. Looks like he's still up. Yeah, so this one did not see a lot of birdies either. Only 2 birdies on the day. It was actually one of the easier holes. Sebastian Falconer and Dylan Horst. The only 2 to get the birdies, which Dylan
Nice.
makes sense, and I bet you he threw a really nice forehand.
I would bet money on that for sure. Dylan, if you're watching, let us know in the
Yeah.
comments.
This is a big putt for Harry. He is definitely on the heels of Simon.
Solid connection there too. Putting with meaning.
Yeah.
Back on that roller coaster ride.
All right, hole 8. The iconic par 3. 364 feet. I mean, such a good hole. Scoring separator. Birdies, pars, bogeys. You see it all here. We're going to see a par or bogey here because
Significant misstep here.
catching early, and that was definitely a disc he liked. I remember hearing him say that. So, I don't know if the divers go that deep as that. Oh, that kept drifting. That really had a chance.
Still a great shot. That gets down quicker.
It was so close.
It was a little far. He circles edge. But maybe a foot or 2 from the basket. And if you guys are interested, we did film every single shot from all the divisions here on hole 8. It's going to be a bonus video that you're going to see released sometime later this month. Jessie getting there with the forehand.
Oh, settle down. And that's the risk-reward situation there from the drop zone that was added just a few years ago.
Good bounce back from Jessie. Finally on the board there. Feels good about it. Is
Oh.
a little low from Simon.
A little low from Harry as well.
Oh,
Landon sneaking it right on top of the cage.
gets himself back to even for the round. Harry's really going to want to forget this one. Head not above water anymore.
All right, let's round out our front nine coverage here with a 650-foot par 4. Set back in a new location a couple years ago. Pretty tight, slightly uphill, drop off down on the second half to a peninsula green, OB on the right. If that threads the needle, that should be a workable shot there for Landon.
Yeah, that should be just fine.
Oh, early release for Jessie, finding himself kind of in the dirt. That should keep turning. Oh, he's. Oh, I thought that was coming right for you.
Yeah, me too. So now I know if you really rip on one, you can get to the hill. Simon shows us that.
Playing that left side, letting the disc do the work for him. It passes you with such speed, too. And then, honestly, playing that slight upslope as a backstop, it's pretty great play. This is a little high for Harry.
It's still pushing down there, though. If it misses everything, it's going to be kind of near Simon's up there. Wow. That's impressive because that was a completely different line than Simon.
Yeah.
Still
I was a
flips
little
up.
concerned about it hitting up there.
Yeah. Still flips up. Really
Wow,
nice.
yeah, holy cow. Glad we took another look at that.
Oh. He's going from pinched to probably even more pinched.
Yeah, that got sawed off a little too much. There might have been some wind he might not have felt out there.
Yeah, is there a crab on this fairway right now? Because these guys are pinched. Oh, that went OB.
Long
Yeah,
and left.
Long left. So
You don't see OB there from there too often, folks. You see a lot of wind right now, though.
Yeah, and this is a big wind pocket here.
I liked the angle.
It was online too.
Yeah.
Very fortunate to have it just stop right down too. 20-footer to save bogey.
Oh, well, okay.
Yeah, Landon looking at bogey as well.
Tough spot there for Harry, and not really much you can do.
Ooh.
Simon comes up short, but with that low ceiling, having to take a knee. I'm not entirely surprised that it came out low.
Yeah, Derek, as this came in as the hardest hole
Really?
on the course today.
I think it has to do with the wind.
Yeah, right there at that green. 5.42, so 1.42 strokes over par. And we had ourselves an empty nester. 0 birdies on the day. Yeah, these gusts, they were pretty strong. Roller coaster round, or yeah, I would say this is a roller coaster round so far. A lot of ups and downs so far from
We're
us.
seeing a lot more triple bogeys than we typically do.
Yeah,
And this just shows like you really can't take anything for granted here at Maple.
You can blow up on any hole. Simon Lizotte still hanging at 3 under, even for the tournament. Everyone else just dropping down into the plus. You don't see that very often. We have one person in the MPO field under par.
And ahead by a notable difference.
Yeah, so that's going to finish this up here. We are halfway through this tournament. Cosmic Open at Maple Hill. Having a blast commentating. We'll see you on the next one.
Take care, folks.